Well, hello again, folks, and welcome to the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. How you doing, Gina? Gina Thorne is here. Of course, Sugar Daddy is here. Um, Jojo, everyone's coming on in. So glad to have all of you here. Of course, how about those Cowboys? We did get that victory today, so that always makes the work week 1,000 times better. And your coworkers can't pick on you. I love it. All right, how you doing? Joyce Frazier's here. Okay. So of course, I'm not going to take up very much of your time, especially during football season. People are trying to get back to their games. Okay. So just wanted to talk about the convict leasing system because I'm not sure if a lot of people are aware that this was in place as soon as slavery was deemed over, whatever that meant. How you doing? The end of the bench media's here. Lola, hello, everyone's coming in. So just wanted to share this with you. And folks, if you haven't seen the documentary, now I'm an avid PBS supporter because they have so many documentaries and they're excellent. If you watch any of PBS's shows, how you doing? Jermaine is here. TA Cowboys, how you doing? TA, all right. Dorian's here. Hey, we're getting the band all back. I love it. Tina and Leslie are here. How's everyone doing? So just wanted to share this with you. Now, I did share up under, thank you, Lola. I did share up under the video the entire PBS documentary. Okay, how you doing, Dan? And if you have time, you definitely need to check it out because supposedly, when slavery was over, we were supposed to experience freedom. We know that did not happen. So, what they did was instill a program called the Convict Leasing System. And so, basically, what that was, of course, was for people to make money. And it was a system of forced penal labor, okay? And it was obviously historically practiced in the South. We've already, talked about, and we have videos already on the Jim Crow law, the black codes, and what have you. So this went on from roughly, how you doing, Rock? 1866 until about 1928, give or take a few years here and there. Of course, Alabama was the last state. But we know how things go. They change the name of something to make it appear that something has ended when it's still continuing. All right. So African Americans, of course, were overwhelmingly targeted. Now, I watched this documentary, I think last year sometime, and I've been meaning to do a video on it. And it's just, I'm just getting, around to it because I've also been keeping up with, current events, everything that's going on. We know what's going on now in Florida, so far as the ex felons, being told that they can't vote, and so some are being arrested for voter fraud, and they didn't even know what was going on. So I definitely going to look into that a little bit more. So what they would do is they would arrest them for frivolous crimes, vagrancy, which means you're standing around and you have nothing to do. And what the heck were they going to do? Who was going to give them a job? And particularly if you were still in the South, they didn't want to give you a job. They wanted you to come and do this free labor, of course. And of course, I think we did mention sharecropping. Of course, that was slavery as well. You never got out of debt. You were never, how you doing, Spiky? You were never able to make a decent living for your family, unfortunately. So in the beginning, the convict leasing provided prison labor to private parties, and they still called them plantations, even though supposedly slavery was over. Okay. Large corporations, right, Gina? Mines, the railways, all of these were built by this free labor when slavery was supposedly over with. What a joke. All right. So we're familiar with a lot of these businesses now. J.P. Chase, Morgan, the Carnegies, all of these, businesses that were created through all of this free labor. Joyce Frazier said, would love to see Boss Man. Okay, all right. Thank you, Joyce. So, um, you know, the Tennessee Coal, a lot of these large companies, and we don't, think about it. They were built off of free labor. They would just throw a bunch of people in African Americans in jail, and you had to work, or what else was going to happen, right? Ta. So that's what was going on. States profited. Of course, prisoners earned no pay. Shocking, and they face inhumane, dangerous situations. We've talked about this in the past. Of course, they conducted jobs other people were not willing to do. They, were in deadly working conditions. Is that a shocker, folks? No, it's not. Now, and of course, now you've always heard the proverbial people who throw rocks and then hide their hands. So the North was not innocent in all of this situation. They were benefiting as well. Even though, most of this took place in southern states, they were benefiting financially. Reese Cup saying hello to everyone. Sugar Daddy, you must have the East St. Louis race riots. Thank you, Sugar Daddy. I'll have to check that out. I sure will. And anyone else who has a topic that you would like for me to discuss, just let me know. That is not an issue. That's what we're here for. That's why we have this forum, to discuss some of these topics, some of these issues, and to see how it correlates to what's going on today. Okay. How you doing, Willie Dingo? Okay. So the North benefited. So let's not excuse them of their involvement. And so, and I love bringing up the North because, again, if you like me, you have family and friends who live in northern states, and they think, oh, it's just wonderful and it's just so much better. It's no different. Do you want the fox or do you want the wolf? The wolf is not going to play games with you. He's going to go ahead and grab the lamb and chew him up and eat him. The fox is going to play games and pretend that he's the friend of the lamb. So we know how that goes. Malcolm X says it. Just about all of his lectures are on YouTube, and I think I've seen them all. And he has an excellent correlation between the two animals. But the same thing is going to happen to you. You're still going to die. It's just a different method. Four corners. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, kings and queens. All right. TA, I've actually already, if you check my content, I actually did the Ocoee massacre, I think last year or the year before. So if you scroll and check my content, you will find that, okay? And TA said that the Ocoee massacre, the loved ones deserve their land, roads, buildings. Right, TA. And like I said, check my content. I did that a while ago. And most people aren't familiar with that, whereas all of us are pretty much familiar with Tulsa. There's so many more that go unmentioned, okay, and unknown. So African Americans were frequently, those of you just coming in, convicted of vagrancy or some petty crime, anything to throw them in jail. They didn't have money to get an attorney, so they're just thrown in jail. Here, just go do this work, okay. And this was another way of re-enslaving people without actually using the term slavery. TA said, let's make sure we're hitting the like button, getting this channel out. Exactly, TA. Thank you so much. You guys would be amazed. Whenever you hit that like button, YouTube continues to share the content so that more people are learning about things from the past. And that's, my whole reason for having this channel. Because again, some of this you are familiar with, but I'm learning something new. Every time I do research, I learn something new and I love it. So the system provided states with, this was, extra revenue. I mean, millions of dollars in revenue. How you doing, Kiki? And so this was, big business. Correlate that to what's going on today with the prison system. When Reagan had the war on drugs, We know who they were targeting. It even goes back so far as President Nixon. And then, of course, with the crime bill with the Clintons in the 90s, and they were just throwing mostly people of color in jail. And it wasn't called convict leasing, it had a different name. Same thing, making money for large or big businesses. Okay. Um, JoJo said the more things change, the more they stay the same. Right, JoJo? They changed the name of something. Oh, this is no longer going on. It's the same thing with a different name. There's no difference. And TA said exactly. Um, Sugar Daddy said the right of all race rights happened in a small town called East St. Louis. Okay, Sugar Daddy, I promise you, I definitely will do a video on that. I got you. Dorian said even children were in the convict. Right, Dorian? A lot of people don't realize that. I found that in my research and I had forgotten, even though if you guys really want to know what was going on, check out, I have several links, but definitely check out that PBS documentary. It's in the description box up under my video. And so children, 9, 10, 11 years old, throw them in jail and had them out there working too. Whatever happened to the child labor laws? Well, okay, it didn't mean for children of color. Okay. Joyce said you can't beat them at their own game if you know or choose to know. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, Dorian said, like Michael Jackson said in The Wiz, you can't win and you can't get out of the game, and the world has got no shame. Right, Dorian, you're exactly right. How you doing? My partner's here. Chef Fine is Wine. Great. So what do you do? And like I said, they've changed the name. But if you go to jail today, yeah, you may be working and they're giving you pennies, but someone is profiting off of that. And it's definitely not the prisoners, okay? It's not. It's just not. So, welcome everyone. Everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to Chef Fine is Wine. Okay, that's my partner in crime. Okay, so this lucrative practice, okay, created incentives for states and counties to convict as many African American males as possible and help raise the prison population. This started, folks, as soon as the Civil War was over. Pretty much, it started because you have a large, he had over 4 million people. What were they going to do? And if you were in the South, they weren't going to give you a job. They would say, well, you can farm this land, and like I said, we were already gone down that road. You were just working for someone else, and you could never make ends meet. Sugar Daddy said, check your license plates. They still profit today, right? Sugar Daddy, Sugar Daddy knows what I'm talking about. Nothing has changed. It's very lucrative. And if you think about some of the large companies, again, J.P. Morgan Chase, I actually had a mortgage with them at one time. U.S. Steel, all of these large corporations in America were built on free labor. Okay. The end of the bench media said it's in the 14th Amendment, right? Exactly, end of the bench, exactly. So the more things change, the more they stay the same. Now, next Sunday, I'll be on Chef Finest Wines channel, YouTube channel. If you look, he's dropped the link. Again, if you haven't already, I think most of you have, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Next Sunday, we will be interviewing Miss Leola Brown, the sister of Bobby Brown. She will be discussing her time with Whitney Houston and Gina, and know what she's doing now, and she's writing a memoir about some of her experiences. So next Sunday I'll be on, but it will be on Chef Finest Wines channel. And if you missed it there, eventually I will upload it to my channel. Okay. Dorian, it's like if I design a game, why would I allow you to win? What right? How's it going to benefit you? Right. That's exactly. Rock Just Living. That's going to be a good interview. Exactly. And we have another celebrity interview coming up, and we'll tell you about it. I don't know if I've mentioned it already, but I told you we have several on the horizon now that we're trying to get some schedules lined up. So what is it? November 13th. Don't hey, tell a friend, a neighbor, or foe. This is where they need to go. We have Thelma Bernadette Stannis will be here on the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel with Chef Finest Wine. We're interviewing Thelma. We told you guys, how you doing? I love weed. We told you guys this was coming last year. We've been working on it, and we had to wait. I talked to Thelma's husband, and her lawyer said that we wanted to wait until her biography had been released, and so now she's granting interviews again. So, yes. So, we have Leola next Sunday. I still call her Thelma, even though her name is Bernadette Stannis. Check her out. She has a YouTube channel. Partner, if you will, drop her YouTube channel. She's very active on Instagram. She looks great. Looks like she's really taking care of herself. And so, yeah, come on in, folks. Okay. Well, you know what time of the day it is now. What time it is now? It's time for us to draw some names. We need 3 winners. I'm going to spin the wheel. If you've been here before, you know how I do. Okay. I got to make sure that I have 3 winners. If you haven't been here before, I just have a little spin wheel here on my phone. All right. So I think everyone is still here. So I'm just going to start spinning. And if you win, you know how we do. Once I end the video, all you need to do is leave a comment about how much you enjoyed the video, or any topic. How you doing, John? Any topic you would like for me to discuss in the future. Okay, that will work as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin and see who's going to win. All right, my partner has dropped the links. All right. So let's go ahead and spin it. Spin it to win it. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Gina Thorne, are you still here? Gina Thorne, if you're here, let me know you are still here. Okay. You have to be here to win, folks. All right. So we have Gina Thorne. Let's see. All right, Gina, you are a winner. Winner, as Mark Holmes says, chicken dinner. All right. Love you too, Chef Finest Wine. Okay, I need 2 more winners. I will not be happy until I get 2 more winners. Okay. And this is for you, Gina. All right. Gina Thorne. Another spin. All right. This is the old phone, so it's a little slow. All right. Looks like Dan. All right. So Daniel, I need 1 more winner. 1 more winner. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. Let's see. That's for you, Dan. All right. Looks like Joyce Frazier. Are you still here? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, make sure that you have hit the like button. Make sure you share this content out. We have greater things to come. So congratulations to all the winners. I'm going to end this live so that the winners can go ahead and leave a little comment. If you enjoyed the video or any other topic you'd like for me to discuss, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget, next Sunday, we're going to be on Chef Finest Wine's channel. He's already dropped his links. So everyone, enjoy your week. And we're going to do this again next Sunday on the Finest Wine channel. Make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you've shared this out, folks. I've enjoyed all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to spend time here with the Rolynn's Reviews YouTube channel. Okay, I enjoyed each of you, and I'll see you next Sunday.